This is Oshkosh Today, your connection to events and organizations in the Oshkosh area. Oshkosh Today is supported in part by the Friends of OCM, Aurora Healthcare, 855 North West Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard.
Hello everyone and welcome to Oshkosh Today. I'm your host, Emily Mikowski, and this is the program about all things local Oshkosh. So we'll give you a lot of fun things this episode to mark your calendars for this summer. So we've got a loaded show, so let's go ahead and see what we've got on tap for today. We'll rev up our engines and start the show off with a bang with a couple of really fun guests to talk about an awesome event here in Oshkosh for a great cause, Thunder in the Park. After that, everybody's Irish in Oshkosh for Irish Fest weekend, and we'll hear all about this year's festival from our friend Matt Miller. Next, as the weather warms up and summer rain starts, a few of our favorite blood-sucking bugs and insects start to make their appearances. We'll hear all about the Oshkosh Public Museum's upcoming exhibit, Attack of the Bloodsuckers. Our Student Athletes of the Year scholarship winners stopped by the studio last week and talked with me about their reactions to winning the title this year and their plans for college this fall. After that, the Oshkosh YMCA has some cool programs coming up this summer, and we'll learn about a few that focus on the ones for active older adults. Finally, the Oshkosh Area Community Band is back in the studio today, and we'll hear how their spring concert went, as well as their summer performance schedule. As always, we'll finish out the show with a segment of Focus on Health with our friends at Aurora, this week's focus being ankle replacement. So we've definitely got a lot to talk about this program, so let's go ahead and get right to it. So on May 31st, you might start to hear some rumbling over in South Park, and it might not be real thunder, but it is this year's Thunder in the Park. And our two guests here are definitely planning on making a little bit of noise this year. So I'd like to go ahead and welcome Dave Zine and Tony Pan Sanfilippo. Thanks so much for joining us today, gentlemen.
Glad to be here.
So I guess, first of all, if you just want to kind of tell us a little bit about yourselves, Dave, maybe we can start with you. You're a former state senator who just so happens to have a passion for motorcycles.
Absolutely, a passion for motorcycles and helping people. And Thunder in the Park is just one superb event. It goes, the proceeds go to a good cause, and there's very few events in the state of Wisconsin that is so all-inclusive of such a variety of motorcyclists and helping children, disadvantaged children. It's just wonderful.
Yes, and I mean, what can you say about your experience with this event? How long have you been involved in it?
Oh my gosh. For years, I think since it started. But as a former state senator and an avid motorcyclist, and Gary Wetzel is one of the Congressional Medal of Honor recipient, and of course the very first freedom fighter ever put into the Motorcycle Museum and Hall of Fame for the freedom fighters is Tony Sanfilippo. But it's just a wonderful event, and we'll talk about the ride we got and whatever. So.
Yes, and excuse me, Tony Pan, your nickname. You were telling me before the show where you got your nickname Pan from, but you're kind of a little bit of a celebrity too. What can you tell us about yourself? You know.
Well, that's what they tell me. I'm not sure. Well, I founded ABETA of Wisconsin. That's our state's largest motorcycle rights organization. We started that back in 1974. And we started out with repealing the helmet law, but we've moved on now to take personal responsibility. We have rider classes, share the road programs in high school, and motorcycle awareness campaigns throughout the year. I'm also an EMT, just retired, but I do teach bystander and professional accident scene management classes with my wife. It's called Accident Scene Management. She's in fact teaching right now at Stratford Fire Department tonight and tomorrow. And I'm an accident investigator for Hupy and the Abraham Law Firm in Milwaukee, the largest motorcycle
Yes,
law
definitely
firm.
a big name down in Milwaukee,
Right.
that's for sure. So let's talk a little bit about the event. It starts on May 31st, goes until June 1st. What can we expect at the event at the park this year?
Wow, we can expect
long
just a lot.
list.
I should just preface it. We have a ride that starts in Octonagon, Michigan on Friday, and we're exploring Highway 45, which there's legislation that's going to be pursued to proclaim it, to name it the 45th named highway, Highway 45, to be the Harley lifestyle highway.
Really?
And the mystique and heritage of Harley Davidson nobody can explain, but we got a little ride that maybe Tony will go over a little bit. But on Saturday, the Freedom Fighter Recon Mission will also occur, in which Gary Wetzel, Congressional Medal of Honor recipient. But getting back to Okanagan, Michigan, we come down Friday. We leave up there at 9 in the morning, and we're exploring places, people, events to put up signs that when it is proclaimed and put into state statute as the Harley Lifestyle Highway, places to put that are recognized. And we're looking at our ride Saturday morning. We're going to be going across Highway 10, and we're looking at a joint sign proclaiming Highway 10, which is Vietnam veterans.
Yes.
Highway 29 is World War I, and Highway 151 is law enforcement, and Highway 54 is firefighter EMT. They all intersect with Highway 45, Harley Lifestyle Highway. So we're excited about that. And we'll be talking about that at Thunder at the Park.
Great. And so that ride is not happening that weekend?
That's
gonna
happening
kind of lead
on
up to
Friday,
it.
the day before.
Okay.
And then Saturday, we pick up and do the Freedom Fighter Recon mission, continue it.
All right. So, Tony, you want to tell us about the recon mission?
Well, every year I shouldn't say the organizers and all the volunteers put together a really nice poker run. And the proceeds, the bars and other establishments would pay a fee to be on the poker run, and that money would go back into the pot to help benefit Children's Hospital. This year, I talked to Doug Keenest, who's the main organizer here, and told him I'd like to do something different because we just finished Armed Forces Day. Memorial Day is going to be over with, and we're coming into this Freedom Fighter Recon mission. Let's do something different. We're only going to have one stop that has alcohol. It'll be the first stop at Damn Yankees. I think it's called Damn Yankees up in Hortonville. And they're going to have a nice cookout for us. People can get refreshed, have our lunch stop. But from there, we're going to King's home, the Veterans Home in King. And they've got an hour-and-a-half program set up for us with a stage. They're going to bring patients out so they can come out and meet the bikers, look at the bikes. And then we're going to continue on, and this is a 130-mile ride. We're going to continue on and end up at the Military Veterans Museum that just opened up in Oshkosh before going back to South Park. So it's going to be more of a tribute and honor to our military, and it's not going to be the traditional poker run. It's going to be more of a ride honoring our military this year.
Excellent. So these are both things that are leading up to South Park, to this kind of like a celebration at South Park as Thunder in the Park. So along with both of those things, what can we look forward to at the celebration portion when you all end up together?
There's a bike show, car show, there's music, and there's speeches, patriotic speeches. We usually have a color guard by the Veterans of Foreign Wars, American Legion AMVETS. I don't know who's all coming, but it's exciting, and it's just there's exhibits and there's displays and there's vendors. I mean, it's
like a big festival, really. I mean,
Saturday will be a custom car show. When we get back from the it'll be going on when we get back, and then Sunday is the custom bike show. And Mohawk Man is kind of a celebrity down in Illinois. He's coming with this big tribute bus, veterans tribute bus. He's going to have that parked at King, and then he'll bring it back to South Park. There'll be live music, bands there, food, personalities. There's going to be some other guests there that have some stature, probably higher than ours, but. Anyhow, it's going to be a fun event. It's a family event. Kids are welcome. Every kind of style of motorcycle is going to be there. It's going to be a fun event.
And one of my trademarks, year after year, I give away an Apache tier. It's a stone that you can see through. It's obsidian, and the kids and the adults just love it. But when you Google it, it's supposed to fend away foul spirits, absorb negative energy. The Chinese believe they're multidimensional, but everybody gets one.
Very cool.
It's just kind of, I'll give everybody here in the studio, but it's just something. But there's so much. And it's joy, happiness, jubilance, and it's going for such a good cause. And we just are so enthused about it.
Yes, and I know everyone in Oshkosh is looking forward to it. It's a huge event. We're just out of time right now, and I really wanted to talk about what all the benefits go for. So I'm going to go ahead and give them the website, which is Graybeard Productions. You can find all the information there as far as what's behind the event and where all these great funds are going, and really who inspired it. So thank you both so much for coming. I wish we had more time to chat, but
well, come out to the park and join us on the ride.
We'll continue the conversation, definitely. Sure. Coming up next, get out your green clothes and get ready for some great music, food, drinks, and much more. Our friend Matt Miller is here to tell us about this year's Irish Fest.
Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow. When see a roundabout, take it slow. Let me pick the correct lane and take it slow. When we see a car approach, we yield to the left. When we're in that roundabout, we don't pass anybody yet. Take it slow, take it slow, take it slow.
Visit WisconsinRoundabouts.com for more info from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation.
Do you know or have a family member with a disability? Cerebral Palsy of Mideast Wisconsin is here to help. We offer programs and services that make a positive difference for individuals that are affected by a variety of disabilities. Volunteers are always welcome, and your financial gifts are truly appreciated and tax deductible. For more details, log on to www.cpmideastwis.com or call 1-800-261-1895. Thanks for supporting Cerebral Palsy of Mideast Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thanks for joining us. And Irish Fest is really something all of Oshkosh looks forward to every year. There's food, there's dancing, and there's even a little bit of learning going on there. So we've got Matt Miller, our friend here, to tell us about this year's Irish Fest. Thanks so much for joining us, Matt.
It's a pleasure to be here.
It's
Hello.
always a pleasure to have you. And it feels like
Thanks.
it was just yesterday you were here telling us about the St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Right,
So
yep.
time just flies.
It
really
does.
does.
And finally we have some warmer weather. So
Finally, starting today it seems like. But so we're talking the Oshkosh Irish Fest.
Correct.
Can you tell us, first of all, how long has the festival been around for?
This is actually our 6th anniversary.
Okay.
Time flies. It continues to grow, it continues to get bigger and better and more popular, and we're just really excited about this year. Our lineup is incredible, and all of the added features that we're bringing in. We're just really pumped to bring on a great festival.
Yes, and you showed me pictures from last year, and it just looks amazing in the video and everything, so I can only imagine, what this year is going to be like. It seems that it's growing every year.
It is, and we try to add and bring on new things each year, especially in our cultural area. I mean, there's so much information about the history and the cultures and traditions and the music that the Irish and the Celtic nations have brought to America, and we're just pleased to showcase this.
Yes, and actually that leads nicely into my next question is, where did the Irish Fest, where did the idea come from to have an Irish Fest here in Oshkosh?
Thanks. Myself and the Parks director at that time, Tom Stefani, were big music enthusiasts, and we'd go down to the Milwaukee Irish Fest every year. Mm-hmm. And with the Leech, Tom was looking for some new activities there, and the suggestion came up, hey, how about bringing on some Irish bands, and it just evolved into this bigger than what I ever imagined festival, and it's just turned into be so much fun, and so many people are involved with it, and we raise a lot of money for charity, so that's the best part of it.
Yeah, and even better, all for a great cause. And
correct.
It's not only a festival, there's also a run and walk involved this
yeah,
year as well.
There's a lot of different events going on within the festival weekend, including the 5K run walk, and 100% of the proceeds benefit Cerebral Palsy of Mideast Wisconsin. Okay. And they have been our partner from the very beginning, and we're pleased to bring them on. The run itself will start on Saturday at 8 a.m., and then that will include a t-shirt, timed chip timing, some snacks, and then also admission into the festival. So, and it's all raising money for the Cerebral Palsy.
Okay, and that's not like a hardcore run. It doesn't have to be. You can kind of walk it if you're someone like me that's not much of a runner.
Correct. It's a fun run walk, and people do go all out, and we're happy to see them. But there are a lot of people that just walk it, and again, it's just to raise money for Cerebral Palsy and to have a lot of fun.
Great. Is that something you need to register for or anything?
It's best if you register in advance. You actually save some money. So until May 25th, and I'm not sure when this is going to air, but pre-registration is only $20. After May 25th, it goes up to $25, and then day of registration is $30. So we try and get people to register early, which will allow us to get our T-shirts ordered and stuff like that.
So a couple more days to do that, but all the
Correct.
information for that is on OshkoshIrishFest.com.
That's right. www.oshkoshirishfest.com is our website. You can find pretty much all the information about that weekend on there.
Yes. And do you want to talk a little bit more about the entertainment? I know
Yes,
you said that you got some bands in, but there's so much more than that too.
Yeah, we have Irish dancers and bagpipers. The bands that we bring in, again, we try and bring in different bands each year. This year, of course, we're bringing back Gaelic Storm. They are always the largest hit. But we have Friday and Saturday night a great band called Scythian that will be headlining for us. We have this new group, the Gothard Sisters, coming in, which is 3 sisters, amazing talent. They play instruments, they dance, they sing, they're wonderful. We have Kennedy's Kitchen coming back. We have Thursday night, we're introducing a Celtic rock night, and we have bands such as Whiskey the Damned and the Kissers and Small Town Delinquents. Anyway, we're trying to appease to as much of an audience as possible, so try and bring in something for everyone. For instance, a Celtic harpist, Kim Robertson, who was born and raised in Oshkosh here and made it internationally known. So she's going to be coming back and performing for us. We have Shaynos dancers. We have the dance schools here in the area. So yeah, we try and bring in a lot of different acts and trying to appeal to all sorts of crowds.
I can't believe how many musicians and talent you guys have got.
It's a full weekend. There's no question about it.
Yeah, and aside from that, you've got the cultural tent, which you kind of briefly talked about. Do you want to tell us a little bit more about that, what will be included?
Absolutely. So when we formed this, we didn't want it just a music festival. We wanted to bring in some educational component to it. So we established our cultural tent, and every half an hour we have a different topic being discussed. Everything from the Celtic sport of hurling, we have the bow run and the tin whistle being discussed. We have the Celtic harp being discussed. We have some dance instructions going on. We have some interactive workshops on the history of Ireland, for instance, the famine and the big emigration to the U.S., how much the Irish had played a part in not only building of America, but also building of the northeastern Wisconsin. It's a wonderful way to learn about the influence that the Irish people have had right here in Wisconsin.
Yes, and some really cool dogs. I saw some pictures of them last year, so I'm looking forward to that.
That is the favorite, the Irish wolfhounds, which can be compared to horses. They're very, very large breed of dog, and newly formed Fox Valley Hurling Club is going to be joining us. We can't wait to see all those dogs.
Oh my gosh, so much to look forward to, and we're actually got to wrap up here. So if you want to give us the date and time and location and everything that we'll need to know.
Thank you. Yes, Oshkosh Irish Fest for 2014 kicks off on Thursday night, June 12th. This is new, and it continues all weekend long, Friday night, all day on Saturday, and all day on Sunday. And we have everything, a large children's play area, a lot of music, a lot of cultural activities going on, some vendor shopping. We have we're giving away a trip to Ireland, all sorts of things. It's a great weekend. Hope to see you out there.
And all that stuff too, if you want more information, just go to the website. It's
the
all
website,
on there.
yep.
Excellent.
OshkoshIrishFest.com.
Well, we're all looking so forward to getting a little Irish in June here, so thanks so much for joining us today,
Thank you,
Matt.
Emily.
Coming up next, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, don't forget your bug spray. The Oshkosh Public Museum is here to talk ticks, mosquitoes, and leeches with us. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
Hi, I'm Mayor Bergtauer, and I'm asking for your help. The city has several boards and commissions that play important roles in just about every aspect of local government. Whether it's the Parks Board or the Landmarks Commission, these and other boards act as a forum for citizens to address their concerns and questions about Oshkosh city government. The boards also provide members the opportunity to make positive suggestions to the council or city staff to move the city forward. So here's where we need your help. For our city to work effectively, we need active citizen participation. Many of our boards and commissions currently need members. We're asking for just a few hours of your time each month to serve on one of our boards or commissions and help to ensure a strong democratic process. So please consider serving on a city board or commission. For an application, visit the city website, stop by the city manager's office in City Hall, or call 236-5000. Thank you for your interest, and we look forward to your possible involvement.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. And as the weather starts to warm up and the rain begins to fall, we can start to see our creepy crawly friends roaming around town here. The Oshkosh Public Museum has a really cool exhibit coming up, and Carla Sequeiros here is here to tell us a little bit more about that exhibit. So Carla, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So tell us, what is this big exhibit coming up all about the bugs, I would say.
Yes, Attack of the Bloodsuckers. It opens May 31st and it'll run all summer long through September 7th. It explores the science of those creepy crawlies that like to feed on us. So it's you know, even though they're kind of creepy and you really want to swat them and wish we could get rid of them all, they do play an important role in the ecosystem. And so this not only gives you an opportunity to see them up close, something maybe you might not really want to do, but
at your
you
own
can.
will instead
Yes,
of on you.
exactly. But then, you know, it kind of will explain some of the ins and outs and their purpose and why they do help keep our ecosystem going.
There's actually a reason for them.
There is a reason for them.
So this exhibit, May 31st to September 7th, it's really interactive. So do you maybe want to tell us a little bit about some of the fun things that we can expect to do? There's
a lot of fun things. It's very family, kid friendly. Skin crawling, but kids love that stuff. There's a fun game called Twitcher. It's a form of Twister. Where, you know, kids play all these fun little, you know, games and get all, you know, kind of knotted up. There's going to be these, like a telescope that you can view, you know, up close to all these little parasites. We're going to have live leeches and live mosquitoes that you can get up close. Right now we're actually hatching a batch of mosquitoes.
Really?
They're kind of disgusting, but you know, but it's cool in the
it's gross,
same.
But it's so interesting at the same time.
It is, and the two leeches that we have, they're medicine leeches, which I've never I've never seen before. They have very intricate. I can't say the word. I'm sorry,
intricate
designs on the top of their, and they're kind of weird. But you know, the fun part of live mosquitoes and leeches is we have to feed them.
Yes.
So,
oh my gosh. And how are you feeding these little
We got
bugs?
donations from Beck's Meat and a couple of places in town then, you know, helped us secure the blood that we needed, and
you didn't have any
we
volunteers
have to
sticking their arms in there or anything?
Yeah, well, I tried getting a whole mosquito room, and they didn't go for that.
Oh my gosh. Well, it sounds like such a cool event, and I understand you've got some other kind of things going on to go along with the exhibit. What can you tell us about that?
We do, yeah. On July 26th, we have a professor from UW-Madison coming in. She runs their research center that kind of explores not only mosquitoes but ticks as well, and the diseases that they carry and spread, and they just kind of research that and maybe try to find ways that they can stop the spread a little bit. So she's going to come on July 26th and give a talk. And then in August, on the 20th, is World Mosquito Day, something I never knew existed.
I didn't know we needed a day like that.
Apparently we do. But we're going to be offering a special promotion where you can buy one admission and get one free. So a nice little community outreach.
Yeah, to kind of get people in there and, you know, educate them on these creepy crawlers, and there is a reason for them.
Because outside, you know, besides just being able to view these things and learn about them, it does, you know, give you good tips on how to avoid them as well.
And there are some fun crafty kind of stuff that you can make and take home with you for this too?
There are. Starting in June, we're beginning a new program called Making History Fun. It's a do-it-yourself craft area in the front of the museum, so just when you walk in. And for the month of June, you can make your own bloodsucker. So it'll be, there's 55 varieties of mosquitoes in Wisconsin. I'm learning more than I probably ever wanted to know about this, but you can, based on some of this, you'll be able to make your own mosquito and take it home to enjoy.
Very cool. And it just really appeals to the kids too.
It
to
does.
kind of get
It
them
does.
in the
Yeah.
museum too. So I guess once more, if you want to recap the dates and times of that, when we can look forward to it.
Yep, Attack of the Bloodsuckers is May 31st through September 7th. The museum is open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 until 4:30, and Sundays 1 to 4:30.
Yes, and make sure you get in there because these exhibits go really fast.
They do go
fast. We were just in
fast.
for the In Company with Angels, and it just went so fast.
Yeah, I can't believe that one's gone already. Yeah.
So, well, great. Thank you so much for coming in, and I'm going to
you.
have to stop in and take a look at some of those
All
mosquitoes.
right.
Coming up next, we're going to take a quick break, and our Friends of OCM Student Athlete Scholarship winners weren't able to make it in today, but they stopped in last week, and I was able to sit down with them, and they told me their reactions to winning the scholarship this year and their plans for next fall. So we'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
On Wisconsin roadways, 1 out of every 4 drivers forgets or never takes the time. Over 500 people died on Wisconsin roads last year, many due to not wearing their seatbelts. Learn how we can achieve 0 deaths on Wisconsin roads. Visit zeroinwisconsin.gov. Zero in Wisconsin, a vision we can all live with.
Thanks again for joining us on Oshkosh Today. And over the past 3 months, we've had 6 different students from Oshkosh high schools competing for two $1,000 scholarships. And it's been a really fierce competition. After much deliberation, we chose 2 winners, and I am excited to introduce our 2 winners here today, Zach Sengel from Oshkosh North and Maddie Reed from Lourdes Academy. So thanks so much for joining us today, and congratulations on the scholarship.
Thank you.
So Zach, we'll start with you. What was your reaction when I called you and told you that you were the winner of the Student Athlete of the Year scholarship?
I was pretty thrilled. College is obviously an expensive thing to pay for, so every penny counts. I didn't reach you right away. I got a voicemail, and directly after that I called my parents and let them know how excited I was, and they were just excited, just as much as myself.
Yes, and I was so excited just to call you guys because it's just such a fun thing, and I know you guys work so hard to get these kind of things. And Maddie, what's it like, or how does it feel for you to be one of Oshkosh's Student Athletes of the Year?
It's really great. I know, like you said, that it was really fierce competition, and it was really nice for you guys to select both of us.
Yeah, and what was your guys's, what was your motivation behind applying for these scholarships? And was there a lot of other scholarships that you were applying for, or did you kind of seek out the one student athlete one?
I kind of went through and I narrowed down. There are multiple scholarships that I could have applied for, and I went for ones that I felt like I had a good chance of winning, because obviously there are some that I didn't really fit my criteria. Mm-hmm. So I decided to focus on those, and this one definitely stood out to me, so I thought I'd go for it.
How'd you do on the other ones? Pretty good?
Yeah, I won't know for a couple weeks yet.
Okay.
We have a senior awards banquet on the 28th, so that's when I'll know.
And I will be attending that banquet as well, so I'll see you guys again there. Maddie, you were saying college, it is expensive. So how does it feel for you that you've got an extra $1,000 in your pocket to put towards your education.
Yeah, it's really great. I'm actually looking to study abroad also, which kind of adds to the cost too. So I mean, I'm probably going to put it towards that.
Yes, and every penny counts, whether it's $10 or $10,000. So it's just exciting that you guys can have an opportunity like this. So Zach, where are you headed off after high school here?
I'm heading to Winona State University. I plan to pursue a degree in secondary education with a minor in coaching, and I plan to pursue my football career there as well.
Wonderful. And have you started, me and Maddie were talking before the interview, have you started all your shopping for college and everything yet, or are you still going to maybe put that off till the end?
Yeah, I'm putting it off a little bit. I have a trash can so far, but that's pretty much it.
It's a good start. It's a good start. So what are some of your expectations for school? Do you have any major goals?
Well, obviously it's not going to be as easy as high school. I mean, I'm going to be put up to a lot more challenges. So I'm just willing to keep my mind open. I want to make sure I get to know a lot more people. And then I'm willing to just go out and have fun and enjoy my time while I'm in college, because I only stay in college for 5 years. So.
Definitely. And Maddie, where are you going to be headed after high school?
I'm going to Hillsdale College. It's in Michigan, and I'm not sure what I'm going to major in yet. I'm thinking maybe biochemistry, but I'm not 100% sure. And then I'm going to be playing basketball.
Okay. Excited to be able to play on a new team here?
Yes, and I met all the girls on my visit, and they were very nice. The coaches were really excited, and I think I'll enjoy it there.
Yeah. So what are there anything, is there anything that you're really looking forward to about going to college?
Probably just kind of getting away. I mean, I enjoy Oshkosh a lot, and like my family's here, but I'm excited to kind of start over in a new place.
Yes, and anything that you've been warned about college that you guys are going to try and steer clear of at all?
Oh, well, obviously I just want to step away from the bad things. I want to surround myself with good people and good influences, and I just want to make sure that I get off to a right start so my grades are where they are and I don't have to worry about catching up.
And is there anything specific about the program that you're going into that stood out to you and made you choose Winona?
Well, Winona was pretty broad about, they kind of have a little bit of everything. I know my parents kind of pushed me into education. Since they're both teachers, it kind of just works out.
Just clicks.
But I talked with one of the math professors when I started to schedule my classes, and he was really nice, and it seemed like it'd be a good fit for me.
Excellent. And Maddie, you were telling me, it's hard to decide exactly what you want to do going into school. For education majors, sometimes it's nice because you know where your final ending point is. But you were saying you're not quite sure where you want to go, so you're going to kind of feel your way around a little bit at first.
Yes, I'm not 100% set on biochemistry, but I think with all the classes, like the prerequisites and stuff, I'll hopefully find something that I enjoy.
Right. And both of you are going to be student athletes in college as well. Is there any feelings that you have coming out of high school? You've been playing with the same people for so long. Is that, do you think that'll be a little bit of a challenge for you to get used to a new team?
A little bit. Like Maddie said, I met a lot of the people on the team, and I went to the spring game just a couple weeks ago, so I met all the incoming recruits. But it's definitely going to be different. I mean, my best friends are here at North, and I've been so used to playing with them for 4 years now, and we've made so many memories. It's going to be kind of different starting over, but I'm excited for the new opportunity.
Great. What about you, Maddie? When exactly, actually, do you guys start practices?
For basketball, we have a lot of like preseason stuff, so the season probably starts in like October, I think, but pretty much as soon as you get there, you start with the open gyms, the workouts, and the preseason.
Yes. Are you worried about your time management at all? Having a sport is a big commitment to do in college.
I am a little bit nervous about it. I'm going to try to put academics first, and then basketball second. But I think hopefully I'll be able to manage it.
Right. So you don't start college for a couple months yet, or a few months actually. Do you have any fun summer plans that you're looking forward to?
Nope, just probably
Soaking
just lifting and enjoying the time that I have here.
Good. What about you, Maddie?
I'm probably just playing basketball and lifting also.
Excellent. So a couple months left of high school. Any words of advice to incoming freshmen in high school that you've learned after being a student athlete?
You know, just get on top of your stuff right away. You know, don't be afraid to be that kid that stands out, that puts himself out there to do well in school. If you get your homework done and you work hard in class, you really shouldn't have a problem.
Great. What about you, Maddie?
You probably just be involved with as much as you can with sports and other clubs. It's a lot of fun.
Great. Well, we're just about out of time, so thank you both so much for coming in, and congratulations again on being the Friends of OCM Student Athletes of the Year.
Thank you.
If you'd like more information on the Student Athlete of the Year Scholarship or the Friends of OCM, you can visit friendsofocm.org to see all the finalists' interviews and past winners from previous years as well. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more Oshkosh Today right here on CATV2.
I am online.
I enjoy sharing thoughts,
music, videos,
ideas, information.
I will not
be a victim to threats,
to stalking, to soliciting, to predators.
I will be responsible. I will be careful.
I will be honest.
I will be smarter. I will get my parents involved.
I will protect myself.
I will be safe.
I am a teenager.
And I
will not
be bullied.
One of the areas still maturing in an adolescent brain is the prefrontal cortex. So when we take drugs, we alter key motivational circuits, changing the wiring needed for the cognitive function of the brain, until we can't totally deal with things like memory, thinking things out, and even learning stuff.
The signs are there. So is our help. Visit the partnership at drugfree.org for practical advice on coping with teen drug use.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today, and thanks so much for joining us. There's always something new going on at the Oshkosh YMCA, and with summer right around the corner, we have that many more new programs to look forward to. So here from the Oshkosh YMCA is Molly Boots, here to tell us about actually a senior kind of event, right?
Yes, our active older adult program at the Y is very strong and very active. So we're excited about an event that will take place next week.
Yes, and this is actually for National Senior Health and Fitness Day. It's an all-day celebration?
It is, and it's actually a national recognized event. So being a YMCA, we are able to host the event at our Y. And it is for non-members and members, so anyone in the community can come and participate. And it is geared towards that active older adult, so definitely somebody who is probably 60 and over. But more than 1,000 organizations nationwide will participate in some sort of activity or promotional event for National Senior Health and Fitness Day next Wednesday. So we are among the many who are supporting this initiative and support older adults staying active in their later years.
Very cool.
Yes.
And so what kind of things are going to be happening at the Y on that day?
Sure. Activities will be taking place in both locations. So for those who don't know, we have a downtown location on Washington Avenue, and we also have a 20th Avenue location past Carl Traeger School, both very busy places. So at 20th Avenue, we will be having pickleball, which for those who don't know what that is,
it's kind of ask what that was.
I don't know. It's kind of a combination of tennis and badminton and volleyball and racquetball, like all in, and our seniors love it. Super popular at both of our Ys. We have pickleball tournaments and it's very popular. Yes. So that will be going on at 20th. We'll have one of our Silver Sneakers classes, which is run through Healthways. So we are a Silver Sneakers site, designated, the only one in Oshkosh. And so we will have a class so people can kind of see what that is. We're also going to have a Go Disc Golf demo. We're going to provide people with fitness assessments, which is where you can work one-on-one with a trainer to determine how fit you are. So tests like flexibility, strength, that type of thing. And then we do have a presentation, and Gary Byer is the presenter. And he is just talking. He's an inspirational presenter, so he'll be talking about just making the best of your life and every day being an opportunity to give back. Downtown, we will have pickleball as well. We'll have 2 classes then, our stretch, flex, and balance class, and then also another circuit class for people to try out.
Wow, so a lot of stuff going on that day. And
yes.
Like you said, not only for members. If you're not a member, how can you kind of register or enter?
Yep, so you'll just come into the Y that morning and you can register. We'll just have a sign-up sheet and that you can, that we know that you're in the building for safety purposes and things like that, and you can take part in all of the activities for the day.
Any kind of cost associated with that at all?
It's free for the entire community. We just want people to come in and be able to enjoy our Y. So
great. And what exactly are the times on that?
It's mostly mornings.
Okay.
So definitely that morning, our Y gets really busy. Lunch hour and then after work, of course. So that late morning time is a great time typically for our active older adults.
Perfect.
Yes.
And actually, if they're unable to make this day, a lot of these programs go on throughout the summer.
Absolutely. So our active older adult program is very busy throughout the summer. We add some new things like our garden swap. Our garden swap is a program where people can come and bring in their plants and different things like that. And we keep them outside and then everybody kind of exchanges, which is super fun. We did that last year and it was very popular. So we're bringing it back this year. At the Downtown Y, it's the first Monday of the month. And at 20th Avenue, it's the second Monday of the month. And people got some really neat plants from each other, and the exchange part and the people conversing about it and helping each other grow new things is probably one of the greatest parts of it. But yes, we do have classes such as senior Pilates, senior yoga. We have senior cycling, so where we actually have classes focused on seniors being in our spinning classes. We have picnics and events and stretching and pickleball and, like you said, water fitness and arthritis exercise. And our Livestrong program also it's for our cancer survivors. And a lot of active older adults who are cancer survivors participate in our Livestrong program. So just a lot of great things for people to do.
Amazing how much you have to offer there. And all the times and everything, locations, that's all on the website. So if you're looking to if you're interested in one of them, you can go and find when and where it'll be.
Absolutely. OshkoshCommunityYMCA.org is our website. We also have a free mobile app. So those who are watching, no matter what age you are, if you have a smartphone, you can download our free mobile app. And that is a great tool for for you after work to see what classes are happening and what's going on, and cool. to see, I can make a 4:30 class today, so what class is going on? So it's a great app.
Awesome. And so again, for more information, OshkoshCommunityYMCA.org.
.org.
And if you're looking to get a membership or anything, how can people do that?
Yes, I would recommend that they stop down at our Ys. People are available all the time that we're open for tours. So tours are also very popular at the Y. So come and get a look at what both of our facilities offer and what fits in your schedule, what fits with your fitness goals, and we welcome you there.
Wonderful. Well, we're looking forward to the Senior Health Awareness and Fitness Day.
Yes.
That and this summer.
Absolutely.
I mean, all the things you guys have going on. It's great.
Absolutely.
So.
We look forward to seeing you at the Y.
Yes. Thank you so much for coming in today, Molly.
Thank you.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, our final guest of the day is here to tell us what the Oshkosh Area Community Band has going on this summer. We'll be right back on Oshkosh Today.
Wisconsin is losing our World War II veterans. If you were a World War II veteran, or you know one who hasn't gone on an honor flight to D.C., please help us. The Wisconsin Broadcasters Association is partnering with all Wisconsin honor flight hubs to make sure every eligible vet remaining who served their country so selflessly gets the chance to go. It's time for them to see their memorial. It's time for their flight. To learn more or to make a donation, go to wisconsinhonorflight.org.
Thinking about dealing drugs in our county? Think again.
Welcome back to Oshkosh Today. Thank you for joining us. And now we're joined by our final guest, Mary Morelli, in the studio from Oshkosh Area Community Band. I always get that mixed up, but thanks so much for coming in today, Mary.
I'm glad to be here.
So you guys are actually, you were just in about a month ago promoting your spring concert.
Yes.
How did that go?
It was amazing. We were a little leery as far as the number of people that might show up, and it was one of our best crowds. If it isn't the crowd that's having fun, the band has such a good time. So knowing that we're sharing this music, not just working to present, to play it, it was a great night, just a great night.
Wonderful. And like you said, I think it really, it's a big deal that the band itself is having a good time. If the band's not having fun, then the crowd's probably not going to have fun.
You wouldn't have, and we have over 60 active members, ranging from 18 after high school up to the 80s. I mean, our theme for the band is music is for life, and that's probably the reason we're all in band jets. There are actual band directors, there are band majors, and there are just regular working people who want to keep playing music, and that's what the band is all about.
That's such a cool aspect of the Oshkosh Area Community Band too, is, you know, anyone's welcome. And I think you said last time, or whoever was here last time had said that if you're looking to try out, you open tryouts.
There isn't even a tryout.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a factor of if you have your own instrument, that helps a lot. We have a few of select instruments available, but obviously have an instrument, come on in. Terry will find a place for you as far as seating. Any and all sections are open. Sometimes we're a little lacking, maybe in the tubas or in the flutes, and then next season we'll have, you know, a dozen flutes. And you know, but it's the people that transition, and you know, we find for that. Some of us have been there forever. I was actually part of the original band, so that's been over 25 years. Mr. Hathaway does a marvelous job, again, of pleasing the audience. He chooses, you know, each concert selections to make the variety, Sousa to Glenn Miller to Broadway themes to Disney to actual classics. That's for our benefit of the playing, but also to try and attract the audience.
Yeah, a little something for everyone. And we've got some file footage here of the band playing. The spring concert is replaying right now on CATV2. So for those of us who missed the concert, they can see it on CATV2. And actually, there was a fundraiser involved with that one. How did that go?
It went very well. This was held at the Masonic Temple. One of our band associates was having some health issues, and this was a fundraiser from the swing band, which turned out to be like a big band evening, dancing, and they had refreshments there, and they had other like a bake sale and fundraising things. But the band was there to make music, and there was a lot of toe tapping. It was a lot of fun for all of us.
Good. So big success with the spring concert. Now it's on to summer plans here. You've got your first concert coming up pretty soon here in the series. What can you tell us about that concert?
We're actually going to be at King on June 8th up at King, Wisconsin, for the veterans. This is an annual that we've been doing for, well, many years, and it is definitely looked forward by both the veterans and their families and the band people. It truly becomes just touching for us to have these people come out. If we're outside, which is marvelous, they have an outside pavilion, to have all these veterans who just, you know, whatever their entertainment level is, we provide live active music for them. You can see them out there. They're bouncing in their wheelchairs.
That's awesome.
And it really is a factor for us too.
Yes. And that's actually, it's not only for veterans, it's open to anyone. So if you do want to come,
take a ride up to King. It's a beautiful area up in Wapaka area. Yes. And the concert is free. Then they provide ice cream and cookies.
Oh, so a nice little
pretty neat day
plus
to
that. Yeah. And on June 11th, you actually have a concert a couple days later at the Grand Opera House, which is kind of different. What's the reasoning behind that?
Normally we are at the West Auditorium, the Miles Kimball, or Alberta Kimball, excuse me, auditorium, but that is also the same time for Miss Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
So we get the privilege of being at the Grand for our opening of our summer program. And it is just always exciting to be in that building and to present our music because of the sound that is so wonderful. But then after that, every other week then it will be at the Kimball Auditorium at Oshkosh West. It's free. We do look for offerings just to help us with our music and our instruments. But other than that, it's a night of good music. Plus, now that we're always inside, we don't have any bugs.
Yes.
Like those bloodsucker things you talked about.
Or those lake flies that we've started seeing around. So excellent. We got about a minute left, and I did want to just talk about the 4th of July parade. You guys will be in that as well.
We will be in that parade. Just considering the types of people that we have, we do ride on a float. So we have the easy marching. If we
the riding, yes.
It becomes a ride.
Is it kind of different being in a parade versus being on a stage for you guys?
Just because people are yelling at us and calling out to us, that kind of thing, I guess, is the difference. Moving along, I'm a trumpet player, so when we go over bumps, yeah, that's a bit of a challenge.
Yes.
But other than that, presentation is fun.
Great. Well, it sounds like you have a full summer to look forward to. If anyone's looking for more information, where can they go for the band?
We do have a website, oacb.org.
Great. Well, good luck on your first concert of the summer, and good luck with the rest of the summer, too. Hopefully we'll see you back soon.
Thank you much.
Coming up next, it's actually time for Focus on Health with Ted Stefaniak. This week, we're going to actually focus on foot and ankle pain and how Aurora has a new procedure to help bring relief to that. Take a look.
This Focus on Health segment is brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
Hello and welcome to Focus on Health. I'm Ted Stefaniak. Today we're at the Aurora Medical Center in Oshkosh. And if you've been dealing with foot and ankle problems, well, there's a new procedure now available to you. It's ankle replacement surgery. Today we're going to be meeting one of the newest surgeons at Aurora, also a podiatrist. It's Dr. Thurman Lanier. Well, thank you for joining us today. You know, I think a lot of people have heard about knee replacements, but I think ankle replacement, that's something new to people. Who would basically be a typical patient that would need an ankle replacement?
Sure. Well, the typical patient is generally over 50 years of age. They've had debilitating end-stage ankle arthritis and have tried conservative therapies. Also, they would have good bone stock to hold the implant in place. And they also wouldn't have had a major infection in the past 3 months. They would also have some sort of understanding about some of the activity modifications that they would need to have after getting the implant in their ankle.
Yeah, I mean, is it similar in terms of a knee replacement? I mean, when I say most people know about knee replacements, you know, the pain that's associated with that, is that the type of patient that would actually have to have an ankle replaced?
Yes, it's very similar to an arthritic knee. The only difference is that most of the time arthritic knees come from what we call primary osteoarthritis, where it's just kind of wear and tear. But in the ankle, usually patients have some sort of traumatic incident that incites the arthritis. So the mechanics of it are very similar. It's just kind of how you get to the end stage of it, which is different.
Yeah, what's the benefit of having that ankle replaced?
Sure. So typically the standard of care now is an ankle fusion, and that takes away all of the motion at the ankle. But the ankle replacement will help the patient preserve the ankle motion and also get rid of the pain.
Yeah, it seems like, you know, there's a lot of bones in the foot and the ankle. I would imagine you're able to save the foot in most cases?
Yes, for the most part. And with an ankle fusion, you put a lot of stresses on those bones in the foot. But with an ankle replacement, you preserve that motion, and so the stresses that are going through the foot are less with an ankle replacement as with an ankle fusion.
Yeah, and I would imagine there's quite a bit of rehab involved in this. How long is the recovery period?
It is, yeah. So typically this procedure is performed in an inpatient basis. You generally stay in the hospital for 1 or 2 days, and then the patient begins range of motion exercises with their ankle, and then they're off of their feet for about 4 to 6 weeks, and this allows for the bone to ingrow into the ankle implant.
Yeah, and once the patient is healed, are there activity restrictions after an implant?
There are. The main activity restrictions are high impact activities, so things of nature like basketball or tennis, usually patients can't perform just because of the impact impact that it would have on the replacement. Most of the time they can do things like hiking or jogging or golfing, and patients usually enjoy these activities after the ankle replacement.
You talked about a fusion. Are these things typically, are they pretty common that you go from a fusion to a replacement?
Yeah. For the most part, is either or. Most surgeons will perform the ankle replacement or the ankle fusion. In very rare instances, some patients have had an ankle fusion and they are not either fused in the right position or still have continued pain, and then we can take down that fusion and actually put in an ankle replacement instead.
Yeah, and how long does a replacement typically last then?
It lasts about 10 to 15 years. Every now and then we do have to go back in there and revise, maybe change the little spacer that's in between the implants. But for the most part, if the implant is seated correctly, the activities are stayed away from that we talk about with the patient, it's generally 10 to 15 years.
Yeah. Are there other treatments that are available to patients that are having ankle problems?
Sure. For the most part, you want to do conservative care first. So you want to try to change shoe gear or use ankle stabilizers. Also, cortisone injections and anti-inflammatory medications can be used. And other surgical routes are, like we talked about, an ankle fusion, and also arthroscopy to kind of clean out the joint as well.
Yeah, it seems like it's major surgery, and I would imagine a patient would probably go quite a while with pain before they actually decide to have an ankle replacement. And, what should the process be for a person considering ankle replacement? Do they go to their primary care physician, or do they need to seek you immediately?
Yeah, first of all, they should go to their primary care physician because a lot of times they can just do ankle braces or anti-inflammatory medications, and the primary care physician can provide this. If that's not helping with their pain, then they should be referred to a podiatrist or an orthopedic surgeon who has experience with taking care of ankle arthritis. And at that point, we can decide whether more bracing or a scope or an ankle replacement would be the right thing for them.
All right. Well, we know you're new to the area, and we wish you the best of luck, and thank you for taking some time with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So if you're dealing with foot and ankle problems and you'd like to meet with Dr. Lanier, you can get a hold of him in Oshkosh at 303-8700. He's also seeing patients in Fond du Lac at the Aurora Health Center. You can reach him there at 907-7000. I'm Ted Stefaniak, and we'll see you next time on Focus on Health.
This Focus on Health segment has been brought to you by Aurora Healthcare.
Thank you, Ted, and our friends at Aurora Healthcare. It looks like that's going to do it for this episode of Oshkosh Today. Thanks so much for joining us. Make sure you tune in to CATV2 for all your community programming. You can also go to oshkoshcommunitymedia.org for replays of your favorite shows, or you can also go to our YouTube channel and share them with your friends. Of course, you can also hear Oshkosh Today and other programs on the radio at 101.9 WOCT. Don't forget to like our Facebook page or follow us on Twitter for both city and programming updates. And finally, if you're a Pinterest fan, you can check out our board for the latest snapshots of the city. Don't forget about the big changes that happened recently at 101.9 FM WOCT. We're now streaming online at oshkoshcommunitymedia.org, and we're also available on the free TuneIn Radio app for your computer or mobile device. You can now listen to the new mix from anywhere, anytime. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, you can email me at emakowski@ci.oshkosh.wi.us. Again, thanks so much for joining us on Oshkosh Today, and we'll see you next time.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM, Aurora Healthcare, 855 North West Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. To find replay times for Oshkosh Today, to be a guest on the show, or to watch online, visit our website at oshkoshcommunitymedia.org.